just sitting on the porch with a nice cigar this morning. Go ice cold Modelo. You know, tap on in, man. Saturday morning questions and answers. We ain't did that in a minute, so tap on in. What you want to talk about? Come in, hit that like and subscribe. Come in, hit that like and subscribe. Let's make it do what it do. How you living? How you living? How you living? YouTube, they still at it. But I don't know why people like paying attention to chaotic ass dudes, right? Like getting on the internet, talking crazy about each other, trying to knock each other down, and laugh at the other shit. Down the decks, what's up, family? What's up, my brother? How you doing this morning? But they had a lot of people protesting yesterday for ISIS. I'm still not a fan of the immigration thing. I feel as though that's business, but they in the uproar because two people lost their lives. Two white people. Two white people lost their lives. ISIS is doing what the police been doing to black folks for years. So that's what we got to pay attention to. Salute, Bam. We appreciate the content. Our body Chief Jasmine Williams from Tampa Sun. Oh, Gretchen. I didn't even know he passed, man. It's sad to hear that too. The big dummy. That's a red bike. Say, come here, dummy. I'm feeling good, bro. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, that protest, man, let me share something with you. They killed the nurse dude. I immediately the news media said, well, he had license to carry an arm. But if he going to a protest, what is he even going to a protest with a gun for anyway? The young lady that lost her life. Now I'm not saying it's sad, it's bad that it is sad that she got unalive. But you got to understand if you look at the video clear enough with the young, they was hitting the door telling her to open her car door and get out the Jeep. She took off in her Jeep. In the process of standing in front of the Jeep was another ICE agent, right? Yeah, they passed it there. Yeah, these protesters is going crazy in a real way. And people, I can understand you having sympathy for the loss of a loved one, empathy towards people that became unalive by them dudes. But you need to understand what's up, kid. You need to understand that people is going to the protests to create chaos and confusion. You got black people. Listen to me, man. You got black people in our community that's willing to go stand up against ISIS, but ain't willing to stand up for peace in our own community or stand up against the gang members and take the community back. That's by the hood back. I wish we could. We definitely could. We definitely could. And what I was saying is when they had this ICE incident on 126 Mona in my city in Compton, I seen a sister saying we don't need ISIS, but I never seen that sister at NAN protest saying we need peace in our community. Right? When are we gonna start standing up and protesting for the losses that we get in our community? When we gonna stand up against gang violence? When we gonna stand up against police brutality? Why we got to always protest for somebody else's business that don't concern us? You understand what I'm saying? And it's a trip. It's a trip. I see they found the police guilty. They killed Sonya Massey. Supposedly gave him 20 years. He deserved life in prison, but we don't hear no outcries for that in the black community. Now, I'm not a racist of anything, of none of that nature, but I am for my people. You feel me? And what I don't understand is when ISIS is coming in communities, you seeing blacks standing there saying we don't need ISIS in the community. And these same blacks living in the gang infested area ain't shouting for peace, ain't saying, hey man, we want to take our community back. Well, we willing to take up a protest for somebody else against ISIS. Why we can't take up a protest against gang violence in our community? Come on, man, let's make it make sense, man. Top of the morning, RD, how you living, homie? What's going on with you? But y'all throw some questions at me, man. I ain't gonna be in here long. We need to understand. Then even with the homies Gumby and Ant them and and Spody facing them. Let's start hollering for peace in our community, man. Let's start hollering for peace in our community. If enough of us yell it, we can get it. If enough of us say enough is enough, we can come to the table with a solution. Because it ain't the kids that's out of control, it's the parents that don't want control of the kids. You understand what I'm saying? We got to put resources in our community, like a homeboy industry in our community, the hood industry, right? Where we can teach these young kids some form of a trade, but they won't have idle time. When you got idle time, man, you're gonna become a gang member. You don't have nothing else to do but stand out, hang out with the homies, sipping and blowing. Democrats have been using blacks for their votes forever and haven't done shit. It ain't about the Democrats or the Republicans. It's about the black people in the black community saying enough is enough and this is what we want in our community. You feel what I'm saying? That's all that is. Bruh, still waiting on the GTA 6. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you get silly people like this that come in just to be saying anything, but don't have nothing constructive to say, right? And I don't even see it in the trolls today, but I'm in the mood, though. You know what I mean? I'm in the mood. I'm gonna go watch this new movie today later on, man. Good looking out, RDL. When I say things that people don't like, they get offended. Ain't that crazy? But these same people, man, and they ain't never got nothing positive to say on the podcast. Always want to come in saying idiotic things and being disrespectful, yet they won't respect back. I was always taught treat those the way you want to be treated. I ain't never came at nobody outside of myself, outside, being disrespectful. I always been one to treat people the way I like to be treated. You know, it's simple as that. Feel me? As simple as that, man. And I'm gonna continue being like that. You know, I was just sitting on the porch. I said, I'm gonna drink me a nice cold beer. Black History Month is tomorrow. Black History Month is every day with me, man. We got to learn how to celebrate Black history, regardless of the month of February, the shortest month of the year. They give it to us. You understand what I'm saying? We got to teach these youngsters about the importance of Black history, about the importance of being Black. My little sis up in the house, how you doing, Sin? What's all King? All good, King Cheddar. I'm just, what it do, Stan? I still got your shirt too, man. I still got your shirt, but yeah, man. I'm not against immigration. I don't want nobody to think that, but I am against black folks that like going to they protesting, but ain't coming in the community saying, "Hey, man, let's have peace in our community." We have our own problems, man. And our problems is ourselves. And maybe if we can come to the table and have some type of positive dialogue and put some positive energy into it, I believe that we can change gang violence. We can't get rid of gangs, and we can change the gang violence that goes on in our community. Where are we on the totem pole? What do you think is holding black folks back from climbing farther up the totem pole? Holding each other back. We holding each other back because every time a black gets some money, they forget where they came from. They forgot who got them up there, high up on the totem pole. Look at LeBron James. Tell me what LeBron James really doing for the community. I'm just using him for example. Tell me what a lot of them rappers or a lot of actors and actresses really doing in the black community when we the one buy their tickets, we buy their albums and all that. Right, but what are they doing for us? What are they doing for us? You see what Beyonce did? Here, lady get killed by ISIS, and Beyonce want to make sure the kids are straight. As she did to any black woman that lost her life, sitting in the corner in the black community got killed in a drive-by. Has she contributed anything? Said, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure her kids get to college." That's them is facts right there. Those are facts right there. Every brother going no jumper need to be shouting peace, but instead they shout everything against peace. You understand what I'm saying? And we the cause of it, because watch this. We don't like tapping into positive content. We like tapping into negative content. We like hearing how we gonna talk about harming each other, who's up and who's down. Exactly. We hold each other back. Imagine putting some out grease On the ladder, you keep sliding down. That's because somebody is pulling you down. Say it again, Stan. Solo tapping in this morning. Salute my brother. Salute to the chat room. Thank you. We don't want to put nobody else at the bottom of the totem pole. That's our problem. In a real way, man, we watch this. Malcolm X said it best a long time ago. We continue creating the wrong role models in our community. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't saying no ball player, no rapper. Shit, Snoop created the Snoop League, so I commend Snoop on that. What other rapper really done something for that? Like Kendrick Lamar donated some money to get a school remodel. Centennial, Dr. Dre did Compton High. But ask ourselves, LeBron James came to the D League and played at King Drew, and when he walked out, he acted like he was amongst a gang of people that was going to infect him with some type of disease. He didn't want to shake hands nor sign autographs. Yep, it's a whole lot of black Laker fans that like LeBron. Start being a fan of yourself instead of being a fan of somebody that don't give a fuck about you, but how much you can put in his pocket. Because when you fill the seats up for him, for the Lakers, it's fat in his pocket too. Come on, man, let's make it make sense. Let's really make it make sense. We need to start creating revenue in our community. We don't just need financial literacy in our community. We need parenting classes, uh, mentorship programs. That's my goal is to have obtaining my own mentorship program. We got to teach these young brothers and sisters a trade. They go to LA's trade tech or Compton College just merely to get some grant money to go get them a car. Then they forget about going to school. They can't obtain uphold a C point grade average just to keep getting grant money. 'Cause they just looking for a stipend to me. That's a bunch of bullshit. When 9/11 hit, we all went off to war, united in color as Americans. Where did that unity go? It wasn't never no unity for that. Who told you that? That was the army thinking like there was unity. I ain't got nothing. I ain't 9/11. It, it harmed and affected the Americans, right? But you see, I'm still stuck on. Everybody can relate to what harms America, but could nobody relate to saying it's awful about what slaves doing? Everybody upset at what ISIS is doing today, but them police been doing that to the black community all our lives, 200 some years, 200 plus years they've been doing it. Hurry up and get the fuck off out of LA. Say it again. Me being dead for LA when he was here with us. Say it again, man. People need, and then you got dudes faking like they OGs, but going against the OG platform. OGs is supposed to be advocating some type of peace out here. You don't supposed to be saying who's wrong and who's right, but we need assistance in trying to obtain what we really need. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody willing to give it to us. We got to start going out there and demanding this from the black congressmen and all that. You get a congressman out of LA talking about he against ISIS, but I ain't never heard this brother speak not against gang violence and say this is what we need to bring peace. And I'm willing to put some money or give OG Bamm a building where he can talk to kids and the parents. See, this is what we need. And this is what we got to demand out the city councilmen and the congressmen in Los Angeles, California, as well as all over America. What make the immigration protests more important than what's going on in my community? Hey, watch this, man. Donald Trump gave you fair warning this is what he was going to do, so why people being offended? Why is you going to a protest with a gun? Then when they get killed, when somebody get killed, the first thing they say, oh, they didn't supposed to do this. Why is they saying, oh, they shouldn't have masks on, but every time they come in our community, they got masks on? Come on, man. Let's make it make sense, man. Let's make it make sense, man. I ain't gonna be in here much longer. I just enjoying the beer, enjoying a cigar. I want to tap in after I come back from the movie. I'm gonna do a good live though. But other than that, how y'all Saturday going so far, man? It's a beautiful day. You know what I mean? It's a nice day. Yeah, it's a nice day. You know. So is it true that Gumby went to jail? What's up, homie from North NC? It's snowing. It's snowing in North Carolina. Glad it ain't snowing out here. Who should be at the bottom? Should nobody be at the bottom, but we definitely shouldn't be there. And I couldn't even tell you, keep on even follow the Lakers. My set is going good, man. That's what I'm talking about. Mine's going good. Yeah, I'm still in Cali. Still in Cali. Still in Cali. Yeah, but he got stalking charges with domestic violence charge. God damn. Out here, did he get that in Cali or in Texas? How can a brother get a hold to, put himself in a nice financial blanket and then get a stalking case and a domestic violence on a pregnant woman? I sure he hope he can come from up under that. I don't wish nobody jail or nothing like that. I hope he can come from up under it. But that just goes to show you sometimes we get beside ourselves. We think we can talk to people and say what the fuck we want to say, and a person is laying in the cut to harm you. You do yourself more harm than you do harm to the people you think you're gonna do something to when you implement a threat of violence against them. In California, that's threats of violence is a terrorist threat, is a violent crime, and they strike you out. Gumbo doing too much. Sometimes he is. I agree to that. Any grown man get on social media talking about on Hoover, on front hood, and on this and that, all he talk about is gang shit is doing too much. He ain't got himself going right. Thank you, sis. You understand what I'm saying? I just honestly and truly believe that we can do better in our community if we stop wanting to help everybody else with their problems and disregarding the problems of our own. We got a lot of problems in the black community. You understand what I'm saying? If we're not trying to solve our own problems, we're willing to go to the table. Not the table, but we're willing to go protest for everybody else except protest the thing that goes on in our community. A lot of times them charges be blowed up to wash you up. The facts will come out shortly in a real way. All right, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. What is the top two things you would ask these Congress for? A couple of buildings filled with computers, books, and some certified educators that can assist these kids with a higher learning status. Real Tune ain't even trying to help company. No, he's trying to help himself. I'm creating content on his show for it. That's how I got up on it. I was scrolling through YouTube and heard him talking about it. People need to understand something, man. When you make yourself, you get on social media and you think you come to thank you somebody and you don't think your shit stink. Somebody is laying in the cut to take you down. Education, that's one. What's the next one? Unity. I create jobs, trades. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've said, we need financial literacy. We need parenting classes in our community. We need anger management classes in our community. We need things to help for mental health in our community. We got a homeless problem, even though Karen Bass is doing a good job in Los Angeles, but we still got a homeless problem. These motherfuckers act like a circus clown on this internet. In a real way, man. I'm telling you now, man, the new norm is being a buster, man. If this what you see these gangsters doing, that's gangster shit. I'm glad I ain't a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Social media, we need recreational resources as well. In a real way, Keith, social media has become our number one enemy in our community because people feeding on that. Everybody talking about the King Parade. I was sharing this with Tim and Taco and them as well. The rest of the people ceasefire. Did nobody take it upon themselves to say, let me go talk to the neighborhoods because this where the King Parade is ran at it's between community sectors. But we could have went and spoke to them. It's about giving them some form of integrity, giving them some dignity and some honor about themselves. Well, I got this Cuba right here. feel me? It is true, or else it's smooth as fuck. You know what I mean? But that's what we got to do. My voice is fading out. Sorry about that, sis. But we got to start really bringing some resources in our community. We got to start calling people like LeBron James, anybody else that play sports in our community. You know, they represent the city. If we represent they team, they need to represent us. Stop donating to all the wrong causes and donate to the cause that really need that donation and assistance. I'm not looking for a whole lot of money. I'm gonna ask y'all for money on here no more. If a person super chat be cool. If a person asks for a thing to send money, I accept that. But what I would like, I love somebody to give me a building filled with computers, man, where I can start holding classes. I know I can go get at some young women and some young brothers to come in and talk to these kids. That's what I want. I want my own mentorship program. I want to be able to go inside these schools in LA, right? Middle schools and high schools, and fill them gyms and the auditoriums up and talk to these kids about the risks of being a gang member, about the risks of trying to be a part of the streets. I smoke on those before they good, don't inhale. In a real way. In a real way. And that's what we have to start understanding, man. Our life consists of what we want it to be. We ain't control our own destiny, man. And these brothers that get on here that don't advocate peace and always talking game about us and they call themselves grown men, that ain't cool. When you run away from your community and then talk down on your community, don't want to be on your community, you ain't no better, man. You just a coward. Because you made it, you don't believe nobody else can make it up out of there. You're right, OG, but first we got to check ourselves because we still killing each other, won't nothing help us. In a real way, Solo, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you absolutely right, man. That's how I see it, man. You absolutely right. But I ain't gonna be in here much longer, man. I just wanted to tap in for a quick one, man. If ain't nobody told you they love you, the OG Bamm love you. I will be going live later on though. After I come from this walk, and I'm gonna go to the movies today. And I'm just trying to enjoy my life, man. I am so happy today, y'all. God has been dropping a lot of blessings in my life. Some of them scary, but I'm accepting without the fear. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna let nobody steal my happy, man. If ain't nobody told you to love you, they what you damn love you. Peace.